We're back here on the platform, and we're having a wonderful time looking at these Bahamian produced items that came from Chicharney Farms and some other farms, and Ajani Roll and Mrs. Roca Enos. They're here today talking about the pop-up market that is gaining popularity in our country, and they are helping to keep Bahamians healthy with homegrown products, right?
Locally grown, every single item that we offer. And we're proud to say that because, farmers are, we found that traditional farmers didn't have the avenues that we have today, like the cell phone and access to where people go, like our new market, which is online. Almost everyone in the Bahamas, has access to a cell phone or smartphone or, some social media platform. And so I think now is the perfect time for farmers or persons who are entering the business arena to target their market differently. And that's what we did when targeting our potential clients differently, in that we wanted to get food to them, and the only vehicle we saw in 2013 when we started was social media.
And Mr. Jones, guess what else they offer? They will go to your home and look at your space and help you create your own garden too, and give you the seedlings and help you get started and everything.
Yeah, so we offer a number of services, and actually our backyard garden service is growing a lot of popularity. This year we've done very well with the backyard garden. We were really excited to offer this to our clients. We had persons come to us and ask, can you help us set up a garden? We'd like to set up a garden in our home, and we were happy to do it. We get all of the family involved, even the animals, we get them involved. Their dogs are outside with us while we're putting in and doing the garden installation. We've had surprise gardens. People leave home, or husband or wife team, they leave home, and when they get back in the evening, there's a garden in their backyard that's growing food that will be able to feed them and their family for a few months.
I've seen the rich farmland at Andros, which used to be Batad. And you say about 100 families are there now.
Yes.
And are they taking are they using the land fully?
Currently, I don't think that they're using the land fully. I think that there has to be some reintroduction of the possibilities, that entire area, because I've traveled all over the world and I've seen urban farming and urban communities coming together, growing food and then distributing it to the market. I really think when you talk about food and agriculture in the country, the entire agricultural sector will definitely need to be, take a revamp and looked at as to how it can become a major industry in the country, and then it will be profitable for local farmers and of course the potential to export, etc. Because currently our imports are so high, we're almost
$1 billion.
Yeah, $1 billion in food imports. I mean, and I don't even know if 10% of it is local,
Right.
And that's, when you think about that, as a farmer and having the experience that I've had with growing up with my grandfather, it's disheartening, because I've seen the glory days of agriculture, and now I've seen the days where we're kind of just struggling and trying to get it together, and I hope that it comes together sooner rather than later for Bahamians.
You're not too far from Bamsey.
No.
And do you take advantage of the services that they offer?
I am an associated farmer with Bamsey, though I do not produce anything for Bamsey at this time. I do know that there are farmers in that community, as I spoke of. Some of them are attending the school at Bamsey, and some of them are associated farmers. I have people in my family that are associated farmers as well, and they are taking advantage of that program. So there are some opportunities. I think within the last 3 years that the persons in that community have been exposed to. So as I said before, I'm optimistic about the possibilities for agriculture.
And in terms of the scale that you wish to eventually be at, you say you have 40 acres. I'm sure you want to produce as much as you possibly can for the local market.
Yeah, well, I envision, as I said before, I've seen urban communities that work together. For agriculture to be effective in our country, I believe that farmers have to come together in cooperatives and work together in order for it to be beneficial for all involved. Because it's challenging to stand alone as a farmer. Without the help of other farmers, it would be impossible for me to provide the service. So So that tells me immediately that cooperation among farmers is very important, and I do believe for the success of the industry, there has to be, cooperatives and people working together for the success of agriculture in the Bahamas.
Johnny, you want to be a farmer?
Actually, I want to be an engineer.
An engineer?
Yes, sir.
What type of engineer?
I don't know exactly. I think I want to be a computer engineer or a software engineer.
Okay.
But if push comes to shove, I'll always fall back on agricultural engineering.
Okay, so you'll work with your family with the farm
Yes, sir.
on an ongoing basis. That is extremely. You're a highly intelligent young man.
And you know what else is nice too? We talked about how children might not want to eat vegetables. And here he was explaining to me a whole recipe on how to cook the
have no
eggplant
choice.
that he was selling me, right?
Yes,
you said
ma'am.
you don't have a choice, but you were very excited about what you had to offer, when you sold it to me and you helped me try them and I was very impressed. But and your other children, your other child works on the farm.
Oh, yeah.
Also, so it's very nice, and she's 3 or
He's three,
he's
yeah.
3 years old and is supposed to be a very good farmer, even more into it than you are
Yes.
here, right?
Yeah.
So it's really exciting that they could be a part of it, and then they have this love for what they're actually growing, and then all the recipes and you're cooking them and you're enjoying all the vegetables. And they were telling me too that they rarely go to the grocery store.
Yeah.
They just grow their own. And if they would go out to a restaurant, they would also support and go to it's called
A farm-to-table restaurant.
farm-to-table
Farm to
restaurant.
table.
Yes.
Okay.
So restaurants that source all of their products to make a meal from farmers, at least 80%. And there are a few in Nassau that we found, not very many, and so we hope that lots of chefs and restaurants start to incorporate a lot more local product. Recently, we've been in talks with major hotels. The golf course at Bahama buys local eggs for other products from Chicharney Farms. So they are now incorporating, and their chefs are adamant about using local product. They want local product. I mean, we've had lots of conversations with hotels and restaurants about using local product as well.
Interesting.
Yes.
Chicharney is going places,
Yes.
Speaking with hoteliers and restaurateurs.
Yes.
So you are seeking to get as much locally grown products on our tables.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I remember our first yacht that we delivered to was the owner of the Albany, or one of the major investors at the Albany project. That was encouragement for us. When we pulled up this yacht, it was a huge yacht, like 300 and something feet, and I'm like, wow, and his chefs, the chefs that came from Europe, they wanted to use local product. And so we were scrambling all over Nassau. We were flying stuff in from Andros to get them what they wanted. They wanted Bahamian stuff. They wanted Bahamian product, and we were happy that they chose us, to get the products for them. Yeah.
And I mean, it's so nice. It's so nice for these people to come in and try the passion fruit.
Oh, yeah.
Try the sugar cane. Try the Luther pineapple, which was
The best
tastes
pineapples in
different.
the world, yes.
It's such a treat, and it's eye-opening for people because they don't have these in the States.
No.
And the coconut, they even had coconuts already chopped and ready to drink, ready to eat.
So you have your own network of farmers.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, we do. Amazing network of farmers.
So this calls for accounting as well, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
So, people look at farming as only people getting into the fields
Yeah.
and producing these stuff. But you're talking about
Invoicing.
yes?
Yes, sir. Receipts. Yes, we're talking about bank deposit, bank statements. We're talking about that.
Accounting.
And he even knows we have a QuickBooks system set up. We have to send receipts and update our clients and send them statements as to their purchases, etc. So it does call for accounting, yep, and accountability and auditing and knowing where you're spending your money, how it's being spent, etc. So we're not traditional farmers. We have actually taken on a very wide business aspect in relation to quote unquote agriculture. So we're not traditional, just go in the field, plant some seeds kind of farmers.
And then you have what you call value added.
Value added.
Because this is what?
Pepper sauce.
And this is from your farm, Chicharney Farms?
Yes, and that is made with gold pepper and all the other products. Well, we have sea salt in here from Inagua. So yeah,
Sea
we use
salt from
local.
Inagua?
Yeah, Inagua sea salt. We can't put Morton salt in a Chicharney Farms product. So we source our sea salt from Inagua, and this is made with goat peppers, local goat peppers from our farm, and we create lots of value-added products. And we also focus on tying Bahamians with tradition. So we have, you would find on our listing traditional breads like banana bread, potato bread, cassava bread. So we believe, while we fully endorse Bahamian things, our our healthy things, our local stuff, and that's what Chicharney Farms really is about.
So you are marketing breads as well?
Yeah.
You're talking about cassava bread and you actually put those in packages as well?
Oh yeah, yes we do, and we actually get requests for them as well. My grandmother taught me very well. I held on to her gown tail, like people would say, and she kind of taught me how to do all of this stuff. I didn't know that 20 years down the road I would be using it, but I had the knowledge and the talent to do it, and we're now doing it.
This is very impressive.
Yes.
Very impressive indeed. And I'm sure that as farm to table pop-up market grows, that you're going to need to add to your staff as well.
Yes.
Because you're going to need people in New Providence who are helping in the distribution and all the rest of it, as you mentioned, the marketing and all of that.
And the accounting. We have temporary staff that join us mostly for our pop-up markets because it requires, especially the Saturday market, which is a larger market, it requires lots of attention. You have people coming in and out, and we need people there to serve them. So we take on 2 additional staff on Saturdays, and they're there to help us specifically for the pop-up market.
So where's your Saturday market in New Providence?
Okay, so it's on Delancey Street.
Okay.
Right next door to John Watling's distillery. So if you're traveling east on Nassau Street towards West Bay Street,
right,
it is the corner directly opposite Bethel Brothers, and that's Delancey Street.
Right.
And you travel all the way to the end of that corner, and we're there.
And you're there all day?
Well, from 8 a.m. until 3.
8 to 3.
Yes.
And I'm sure most days you sell out of these products.
Yes, sir.
Especially during the summer months. It's been a really, we've worked hard in marketing we marketed our company for 3 years, and this year it's been a year to really sell, and we've been doing just that.
Tell me, Bianca, how you found them?
Oh, I found that. I've been following them on Facebook. I've been following his updates. I've been so impressed. It's always popping up, and I love how it looks, all the pictures, and the way that he markets it is very good. And also when I went, so I couldn't wait. I was waiting for them to come out west, and then now I know to get there as soon as it opens up. But I was lucky because I was going to buy some basil, and then they also had a plant, so I got to buy the plant, so now I got to plant that in my garden. In October I'm coming for seedlings, and they're going to help me in my garden. But I was so impressed, and even with the math and everything, he's so sharp, because his mom was telling him what I was getting, and he was adding that all up, and he knows his numbers, and I was just very impressed with everything. So I said, let's come on the show.
Yeah, and we're very happy you invited us.
Very good.
Yes.
Now you brought some stuff from your garden. Now,
Yes.
what do you have there? Can you explain those things?
Oh, yes, I can.
Okay.
So we brought you, so we've been just trying out so this is what my carrots look like. But they taste very good. They're really more potent, So I brought you some carrots, and I brought you some of our peppers.
Okay.
I have red and green, and I brought you some beets. I have a lot of beets.
Very nice.
And then some Spanish thyme. And we were just looking up all the healing properties of the Spanish thyme. It's endless if you look it up, and especially with your stomach. Pretty much that was it. Urinary tract infections, all kinds of things it helps with. And then I brought you the lemongrass, and they were saying to me that you boil the lemongrass for your 3-year-olds.
Yeah, so that he can go to sleep.
Yeah, help him calm down. It has some calming properties to it. And then I have some peppermint in here also, and some chives. So that's all that we got from our garden this morning. And with the garden, we haven't had help, and that's just been a trial and error type situation for us. But our fever grass and our Spanish thyme, it just grows by itself. It hardly needs to do anything, and it goes crazy.
Very good.
So yeah, it's fun to take the kids out there and have that experience, and it's also nice to be able to pick from your own garden. You appreciate the food more. Everybody's involved, and you want to eat healthy.
Let's take our final break in the program. We'll come right back.